Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whenever you hear this message, I pray that you're poised to receive, to accept, and to respond to words of wisdom. Ashe. I'm developing this exciting new course called Reclaiming Our Roots. And this is Yoruba spirituality for African Americans. And in the process of preparing for the course, it made me reflect on my experience. And I started getting so excited about some of the highlights of my experience. And one of them was, oddly enough, remembering the first time I poured libation. And I had to have been about 16 years old, because this is when I started to drink socially. So, typical scene, five or six teenage boys. We piece up our little money and we go and buy one bottle of cheap alcohol, cheap beer, wine, or liquor, right? And we end up standing in a circle in a park or in somebody's backyard, and someone opens the bottle. But before we drink the alcohol, you know what we do? We pour some for the dead homies. And I just was like struck because, you know, pour some for the dead homies. But at 16 years old, we didn't have dead homies. You know, how did we know? Who taught us that? How was that passed down that you pour some specifically for the dead? And it's specifically alcohol, because we didn't pour water on at school. We didn't pour fruit punch. We didn't pour chocolate milk. It was only when you drink alcohol that you pour some for the dead homies. How do we know that? And so it made me start thinking about other things that were particular to our experience. I said, you know what? The white dudes didn't do that. The Mexicans didn't do that. The Asians didn't do that. It was us. And we never even thought about it. We never articulated that this is something that's peculiar to us. Like, we never gave any thought to the fact that we knew that you never touch somebody with a broom. We knew that when your left eye twitched, it meant something. If your right eye twitched, it meant something else. If your palm itched, it meant something. If somebody dreamt of fish, it meant one thing. But if somebody dreamt of death or of a funeral, it meant something else. There were all these different things that we knew. We knew that you never put a woman's purse on the floor. We knew that you didn't put a man's hat on the bed. We knew that a woman should never buy a man a pair of shoes. All these things, they just things that we consider common knowledge, but they were randomly scattered throughout our awareness. In other words, there wasn't a single cohesive place in our minds where we filed all of those superstitions. They might be called superstitions at best, but there was no they weren't even called superstitions, to be honest. They were completely unrelated to one another. Sister Tangsley catching the Holy Ghost in church was in no way related to not touching someone with a broom in our minds. But as I started going through the preparation for the course, I thought, wow, that says a lot about why the African American identity is what it is. And so I'm super excited about sharing the course with people, because through my exposure to Yoruba spirituality, what I've gotten privy to is the ritual sequence that informs the logic. And it is because of that logic you can see yourself through African eyes. You can understand the African worldview that brings all of these peculiar, seemingly random habits and practices together into a cohesive system. And so that's what I want to share with you through my new course, Reclaiming Our Roots, Yoruba Spirituality for African Americans. The goal, of course, is to walk you through the 5 steps of restoring the African mind, so that you have, like I said, a logical, reasonable, well-defined, and clearly organized system for organizing all of the random or seemingly random habits, activities, and perspectives that you have as an African American. And after you've taken this course, you're going to have a lot more confidence and understanding about why we do things the way we do them and how we can bring those things together with the intent to improve the world through positive influence. So if you're someone who really is interested in improving the world through positive influence and you want to practice your culture and your lifestyle in ways that reinforce that desire, I want you to visit me at obafemio.com or orishalifestyle.com. Get enrolled in this course, Reclaiming Our Roots, Yoruba Spirituality for African Americans, and let's start working together to help you live the medicine that will heal your life and heal the lives of those who you are destined to serve. I look forward to seeing you in class. We're starting soon, so don't delay. I look forward to working with you. Bye for now. Odabo.